Here is the full 39-minute voiceover script written in the exact tone, pacing, and storytelling style you requested. Final update. Princess Leonor's wedding venue confirmed. A wedding. A royal wedding. The whole world waiting for the announcement. But today, the waiting ends. Because the secret is out. The venue has been confirmed. And it changes everything. For months, the palace has kept silent. Rumors spread across Spain, across Europe, across the world. Some whispered it would be Madrid. Others insisted on Barcelona. Some said a foreign cathedral, to symbolize unity with another kingdom. But behind the locked gates of Zarzuela, the truth was carefully guarded. Until now, Princess Leonor's wedding will not be just another royal ceremony. It will be history, a statement, a declaration of identity and love. And the venue chosen tells us more about her future than any official speech ever could. So where is it? Why this place? And what does it reveal about the princess who will soon be queen? The final decision was made after months of debate. Advisors argued. The royal family weighed traditions. Security experts measured risks. And Leonor herself, yes, Leonor herself, had the final word. The confirmed venue is none other than the Almudena Cathedral in Madrid. The same sacred space where her parents, King Felipe and Queen Letizia, were married 2 decades ago. A venue of deep symbolism, of continuity, of destiny. But why Almudena? Why return to the very steps where her parents once stood, when Leonor has been determined to create her own path? The answer lies in the story of a monarchy that has walked the line between tradition and modernity, between faith and politics, between history and the future. The Almudena Cathedral is not just a church. It is the spiritual heart of Madrid. Built beside the royal palace, it embodies the eternal bond between Spain's monarchy and the Catholic faith. Choosing it is not just personal, it is national. It tells Spain, the monarchy remains rooted, stable, and unbroken. And yet, beneath this layer of tradition lies something deeply personal. Imagine Leonor walking down the aisle of the same cathedral where her mother once wore white. But notice the difference. Letizia was an outsider then, a journalist entering a royal world. Leonor, by contrast, was born into it. Her steps will not just echo her mother's, they will redefine them. But here is where the curiosity deepens. Some insiders claimed Leonor pushed for a more private venue at first. A monastery, a palace chapel, something quieter, away from flashing cameras. Why? Because Leonor values intimacy. Her years at military academy, her friendships abroad, her carefully guarded privacy have all shaped her. She wanted her vows to feel like vows, not like performance. But in the end, the crown demanded something larger. A stage worthy of a queen. And Leonor agreed. Or did she? Whispers suggest the decision was not simple. That behind the grandeur of Almudena lies compromise. The venue may be traditional, but Leonor has reportedly negotiated for the ceremony itself to break with certain customs. She will speak her vows in her own words. She will invite not just royalty and heads of state, but classmates, soldiers, and even ordinary Spaniards who have touched her life. In this way, the venue is traditional, but the ceremony will be hers. And yet, this choice brings tension. Because not everyone is happy. Some critics argue that repeating Felipe and Letizia's wedding site makes Leonor look less independent. That she is standing in the shadow of her parents, rather than forging her own image. Others say it is perfect, that the repetition symbolizes continuity, the crown passing seamlessly from one generation to the next. What does Leonor think? Only she knows. But her actions tell us something powerful. By accepting Almudena, she shows she understands her duty. By reshaping the ceremony, she proves she will not be a silent bride. She will be a queen in her own right. Now, let us look closer at the cathedral itself. Towering walls, ornate chapels, marble altars glowing with candlelight. A building that has witnessed coronations, funerals, and moments of national unity. On Leonor's wedding day, its bells will ring across Madrid, across Spain, across the world. Crowds will fill the plazas. Streets will be lined with flags. Every camera will turn toward her. And for one day, Spain will stop. But here is the true question: will this venue bring the unity the monarchy hopes for? Or will it stir the debates that always follow Spain's royal family? In a country divided between tradition and modernity, between monarchists and republicans, every choice matters. Choosing Almedina is choosing stability. But stability can sometimes be seen as resistance to change. Leonor must walk carefully. Her wedding is not just about her happiness, it is about the survival of the crown. And there is another layer still. A more personal one. For King Felipe, this venue must stir memories. The day he married Letizia, he was not just a man in love, he was a prince stepping into the unknown. Today, he watches his daughter prepare for the same step, in the same place. For Queen Letizia, it must be even more emotional. To see her daughter walk the aisle she once walked, but this time as the future sovereign of Spain. A cycle of destiny, repeated before her eyes. And what of Princess Sofia, Leonor's younger sister? Her role at this wedding, in this cathedral, will not be secondary. She will stand by Leonor's side, as maid of honor, as confidant, as protector. This too is symbolic. Because Leonor is not walking into this alone. She carries her family, her history, her people with her. Now imagine the scene itself. The doors of Almedina open. The organ swells. Leonor steps forward, radiant, yet solemn. Her gown, a matter of intense secrecy, flowing behind her. Her fiancé waiting, steady, prepared to walk into a life defined by duty as much as love. Around them, kings, queens, presidents, prime ministers. But above them, the gaze of Spain itself. And this is where the curiosity deepens again. For while the venue is confirmed, the details remain hidden. Who will officiate the ceremony? Will it follow strict Catholic liturgy, or include modern touches? Will Leonor and her husband to be write their own vows, or follow the traditional script? Each choice, each decision, carries meaning. Each one will be debated long after the confetti has fallen. And then, the question of the reception. Where will it be? Will it be at the royal palace, echoing the grandeur of centuries? Or will Leonor surprise the world with a more modern, less formal choice? Some insiders hint at a palace reception, but with unusual touches, Spanish folk music, regional dishes, perhaps even tributes to Leonor's military service. Choices that blend tradition with her personal identity. The venue is confirmed, but the story is far from over. The cathedral will host the vows, yes. But what happens inside those walls will define Leonor's reign. Because this is more than a wedding. It is the coronation before the coronation. The moment Spain sees not just a bride, but a queen. And so, the final update brings both answers and questions. The waiting is over, the venue is known. Yet curiosity burns hotter than ever. What will Leonor wear? How will she speak? Who will be invited? How will Spain react? And most of all, what kind of queen will emerge from the doors of Almedina that day? The answer will come soon. But one truth is already clear. This is not just a royal wedding. It is history. It is tradition reborn. It is love, duty, and destiny colliding in one sacred space. Princess Leonor's wedding venue is confirmed. And now, the world waits for the moment when the bells of Almedina ring, and Spain's future queen takes her first step into forever.